Hey everybody, welcome to the Token Nerd Podcast, where we ramble on about geeky things ranging from Batman to pop figures to Star Wars. I'm Anthony Pettiford.
And I'm Travis Lyinks.
And I'm Addison Lee.
All right, folks, we're here with episode 18. What would we usually say? We say like, oh, this is 12 episodes more than I thought we'd make it.
Something like that.
18 episodes more.
Yeah, 18 episodes, actually 17 episodes. We thought we'd do the pilot. But today I want to talk about, we just have a cornucopia of things to go over today.
Yep. So we're going to call it a cornucopia of things. Episode title.
Episode 18, a cornucopia. All right, well, we'll start with the first bit of news that I saw in the realm of movies, and that is the fact that Margot Robbie is playing Harley Quinn in the upcoming Suicide Squad movie.
Oh.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, something. It's like a movie, right?
Yeah, but have you seen it in theaters yet?
No.
Oh, that's right, because it hasn't come out yet. But they're already saying that they're getting ready to give Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, a spin-off solo movie.
Of course they are.
Yeah, so from what people have said who have seen the clips and footage so far, say that she stole the show. As we mentioned before, people said the same thing about Ben Affleck in Batman.
That's what they said about the entire movie.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, so he carried it. People were like, oh, yes, let's have this solo movie. I don't see this Harley Quinn. But I haven't seen it. We have no idea what kind of Harley this Margot Robbie is going to bring,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure I'm really on board with a solo movie with just her in it.
I mean, we kind of talked about it on the podcast once before. I could see it happening. A Harley Quinn, like the property.
Yeah.
I don't know about her as Harley Quinn, but we'll see. I mean,
It's honestly the worst idea right now for DC to do, especially since
no, the worst idea was called Batman versus Superman.
no.
Can
see,
we not talk about it, honestly? Like, I'm not exactly healed from that.
But no, here's the thing: good or bad, it made a lot more sense than a solo Harley Quinn movie, where they're basing on the fact that Deadpool did great. Wouldn't that work? Two different things. One, Deadpool was already introduced as a solo character. Then he was introduced into X Force, blah blah blah, and whatever. But in the same issue, why I don't think a Black Widow movie would work too well is because these characters are introduced as side characters. You can't have a character as a side character for multiple things, and then just like, oh, we're gonna give it a whole movie.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could work out, but I mean, right now, DC Warner Brothers really needs to focus on what properties they are going to work on, which they said they were going to do because they just now announced Jeff Johns is going to be running. Jeff Johns and someone else, they're going to be running the DC.
Not running. He's going to be playing a bigger role.
Yeah, he's going to be kind of trying to play like
the Kevin Feige.
Yeah, keeping everything in line type thing.
Yeah, so
Brand management.
This doesn't even sound like an idea from him. This sounds like something a focus group said.
No, this sounds like an idea from Jeff Johns.
Here's where I think the idea came from. The idea was, holy crap, we need to latch on to something that people like. People really like that Harley Quinn girl. You ever been to Comic-Con? So let's latch on to that.
So I know I just kind of bashed it, but I will support the idea that a Harley Quinn movie, yes, could work. I don't believe in the whole, because she was a side character. Like, I thought she was going to be introduced in Arrow season 3 or season 2. Yeah. But I mean, she could be carried on her own. Have you read the comic, the New 52 Harley Quinn comics?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, but that's a comic.
I know, but I'm saying you could still carry on a story.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't need the Joker to be anything, because she's gonna have a bit of an origin already in Suicide Squad.
Yep.
So it will
which
be
is probably going to vary from what the comic was. I mean,
yeah.
So it's not like they even have to tie her. I mean, I'm sure she's going to be tied to the Joker somehow, but like they wouldn't even have. We don't even know if she is tied to the Joker.
Yeah, we don't even know if this Joker is the Joker we know.
It's in-game.
He
it's
could.
In-game.
Huh?
I'm calling in-game.
I think this Joker might be Jason Todd.
I think it's in-game.
I doubt it.
I think it's in-game Joker.
We'll find out.
Because there was a thing I saw, I believe it was on Free Comic Book Day. They said movie or things you should read, like getting ready for Suicide Squad, and in-game
was one of them.
Yep. So I'm thinking it's in-game Joker, but that's just my thing. And that was from DC. I believe it was in the Suicide Squad book they gave out. Maybe. It was in the back. It was like a you should read.
Yeah. I wonder if it's just because it's the last really big Batman story.
I mean, it just, to me, like, if you look at his hair, like the way the hair's done, he's in-game Joker.
Yeah, well, there's that one scene where his like head's kind of burnt and it looks just like he was ripped from the page. But who knows? So the quick question is, so yay or nay? Are you for Harley
Nay.
Quinn? Nay.
Nay.
I'm gonna choose to not have an opinion because I haven't seen Suicide Squad.
Get off the fence.
Like, there, I'm staying on the fence because I don't have an opinion. Because like, how am I gonna get an opinion if I haven't seen the movie?
I'm just saying, do you want one? I'm not saying is it a
No.
great idea or bad idea, but would you want one based on where we are right now?
I just like more movies, so yes, I'm gonna say.
All right. And I just did all this bashing, but I'm going to say yay. I just don't want Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I could change. I have a almost 98%. Sorry, rambling. 98% sure that by the time we see Suicide Squad, I'm gonna be like, that's the best Harley Quinn I've ever seen.
It's
If
the
you
only
back-
Harley Quinn we've seen.
If you back up to early podcasts and go back, he had the same opinion of Deadpool, and now he loves Deadpool. As a
I don't
movie.
love Deadpool. Let me put that out there. I don't love Deadpool.
He loved the movie.
It was everyone loved the movie. Dang it!
Deadpool's though is still a different case than Harley Quinn.
no. All I'm saying is like Anthony gets down about stuff and then has a different opinion sometimes.
Gets down. I evolve. I'm a human being. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next big movie news in the DC realm, and that is that Booster Gold will be getting a movie here. So a rumor was going around that Zach Stintz. All right. If you guys been watching the recent episode of Flash, he wrote the episode that Kevin Smith directed,
Yes.
The Runaway Dinosaur, which
Very good.
everyone, it was all right. It was.
I'm not gonna lie.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I feel like Kevin threw that end scene kind of with the book and everything in there, and it was kind of like he's trying to make us cry just like he does.
He got me though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched
it
it with I watched it with my mom, and I looked over, and Abby was with us, and she was like, "Are you guys crying?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Wow." I was like, "Because she called him his Minosaur."
Yes.
No.
Myosaur.
No, I think the episode worked because it wasn't like the finale. It wasn't the episode before the finale. It was 3 episodes before.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be an action packed.
No, it was supposed to be an emotional episode.
Yeah,
where
and that's what he said that from the very beginning, and people
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, there was so much hype around it. There wasn't any actions." Like that's what he said from the
Yeah.
very beginning.
because like the thing that's interesting about that show is how much emotion they can deal with on
Mhm.
it, and I think the between the writing and Kevin's directing, like they were able to really strike a chord, like with like that not dealing with your mother's death and where that whole thing.
And it was because no one really thought about it before. I didn't
Yeah.
think about the fact that guess he hasn't dealt with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we completely got off topic. But so Booster Gold is so Zach Stentz who wrote that. He also wrote Power Rangers, X-Men First Class.
well, he's writing Power Rangers.
Right. Okay, he's writing Power
He
Rangers.
wrote Power Rangers.
Yeah, because
It's in
they're getting ready
production.
to production.
It's still going through a bunch of issues.
I'm sure it is because it's probably getting sketchier and sketchier as we go, but that'll be in another podcast.
But anyway, so they said that he would be writing a Booster Gold script, and Greg Berlanti went on to say, yes, this is true. The project is in the works. So my question, because I'm trying to have a question with each of these topics, is do you want Booster Gold to be in the movies? Or would you rather him in a TV show? I would rather him have taken over Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's a better place for him. I would have to
Because
agree.
Rip Hunter is his son in the
Yep.
comics.
Yep.
P.S. Tomorrow is Thursday. Watch the season finale of Legends of Tomorrow because a character, a big DC character, is supposed to appear, which I thought was going to be Booster Gold,
Batman.
and now it's not going to.
It's Batman.
That'd be hilarious if Ben Affleck's Batman came in, shot everybody. And you're like, what?
Series finale.
Yeah, universe finale. Batman kills the universe. So, Addison, what do you think?
I'm okay with him being in the movies, only if they put him in the New Line universe. Because when they announced that there was a Shazam movie, they said that it was Shazam is going to be in the New Line, or it's going to be produced by New Line under the umbrella of Warner Brothers. But
So
it's going to be in like a kind of like a different universe.
Yeah, basically, it's not in the main DC universe.
Yeah, so I'd be more okay if Booster Gold appeared there.
They're really gonna do a Crisis, aren't they?
I mean,
Like they're setting this up to do a Crisis on Infinite Earth.
With
it'd be
Rock.
kind of cool if they can mix Crisis with Kingdom Come, and then if they kind of push.
Well, not
those
even
together.
that. I'm just saying they're purposely making a separate universe, a separate movie universe, plus the TV universe.
Well, it's the best way when something seems to fail. You can just collide them together.
I know.
so-
I just didn't think we'd actually live in a point where they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make a separate movie universe that will just merge eventually.
But back to
I-
Stintz himself. I actually really like him. I see him
Yeah.
in a couple podcasts.
First Class was good.
Oh, I love First
Yeah.
Class, especially, and then also the first Thor movie. He's a very talented writer.
Yes.
Him and his writing partner, I can't remember her name. I'm not sure. He has a writing partner.
And they have a name.
And they have a name. Sorry, name here.
We can't
No,
do that.
there's nothing going to be there. Not editing it in.
Anyways, I think he's a talented writer. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I'm also excited to see Berlanti helming a movie. Now, after what he's been doing,
With the
post
TV world.
yeah, after
Well, because we didn't
post-TV.
mention that, Greg Berlanti said that he will be taking a role that's more than a producer, like you just mentioned. So he could be going on to direct.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Because I mean, he's done no wrong except for the fact that Arrow's gotten kind of slow.
And hit or miss on
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's building on me.
And
I like
Supergirl.
Yeah.
Supergirl. It maybe if it's on the what's it called, CW, when it's we'll get to that. We'll get to that,
What's it
folks.
called? It's a TV channel with 2 letters.
It's okay. We'll get to that topic here in a second. But let's jump across the lake to.
That was me.
Okay, I feel bad. I always look at Addison like, you idiot. We're not live, but we're somewhat live.
We're live.
Anyway, so across the pond in the Marvel universe, Black Panther has taken the world by storm.
By storm.
So-
he is everywhere and anywhere in the world.
What?
By storm, really?
Thank you. I didn't think anyone else would get that. But that's the segue into this point. Lapita, Lapita Nyong'o.
Nyong'o.
Nyong'o. I said Lee. Nyong'o, who was the star from 12 Years a Slave and Star Wars The Force Awakens, will be starring alongside T'Challa, who will be... Not T'Challa, sorry. God, I am struggling.
Struggle bus.
It is. Anyway, she will be starring opposite of T'Challa, who is Black Panther, as a love interest for the Wakandan king.
Ooh.
They haven't decided, or they haven't said who her role is.
Princess Nog.
I'm really, really hoping that we have another agreement where they're like, oh yeah, here's an Inhuman named Storm. Or not even, we won't even call her Storm. We won't call her Storm. What's her real name? It's Aurora.
Yeah, something like
Aurora?
Yeah.
That would be really
Oroto.
cool.
Oroto.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oroto.
Oroto?
Oroto, I think.
Yeah.
Because Aurora is Star Trek.
Yeah. You're right.
Anywho.
Yeah, but they're saying that maybe since Apocalypse might not be going so well, and they're killing off the X-Men in the comic universe.
Yeah. Well,
they're
that's
saying maybe.
I'm still on the boat that we do not need the mutants in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, but their supposed rumor is that Fantastic Four, like they were trying to make a deal on that already, but they went away from the table.
Well, that's actually there's a reason for that. So they were talking about a Fantastic Four 2, just talking, but at the same or the next day, another little news article popped up saying that these hit my oops. There we go.
Lowrider.
There
All
we
my
go.
friends know the lowrider.
That Michael B. Jordan,
Yep.
who played young Creed, Donnie Creed,
Yep.
will be traveling over to the Marvel Universe to be playing a role unnamed in the Black Panther universe movie.
Yes.
They have not said what his role is. Some people rumor that he's going to be a villain.
I've also heard that he might be up for White Wolf,
Who is the younger brother,
the
adopted brother.
adopted. He's the older brother. In some versions, he was the older brother that was adopted by T'Chaka, and he was treated as the son. But then when T'Challa was born, White Wolf became the other son and kind of went by the wayside, but was still
Around.
still around, and then actually took up the mantle of Black Panther at certain points.
But as you told me, that's not going to be the case because Michael B. Jordan is only, 29?
Well, I mean, they can alternate.
You saw what they did to Robert Downey Jr.
Well,
I'm sure
Chadwick
they can do it
Boseman's
the
like
other
40
way.
years old, you told me.
Yeah, he's
I didn't know
he's
that.
39, turning 40 sometime this year. But I think if they do White Wolf, they'll just change it up a little bit, which is not that different. But
Yeah.
I want to talk about Lupita Nyong'o. I actually kind of hope she doesn't play love interest.
It says she's playing a love interest.
I heard it was a possible love interest. I actually would have liked it to be more of like Captain America, Black Widow, where it's like a
Sidekick.
not a sidekick, but a work husband and work wife, where they pretty much just
They know each other's stuff. They kind of finish each other's sentences, but they're
badasses.
Yeah, and
Wow.
but there's like tension between them, but not really.
Like I would really like if she was the head of his like battle women,
What are they called? Not Varjay.
the badasses, the badass, his
No,
badass
but
like
I was
all
wanting
women.
the woman who was in Avengers to be that character. I mean,
No, I liked her. She was a cool character, but I want her in the movie. But I want if they're gonna have like the leader, I want it to be Lupita Nyong'o, and I don't want them to be a love interest, just to kind of keep the door open, just in case X-Men somehow seeps their way back into the MCU. Then there's the Room 4 storm. So I rather have it be because I want the only love story I want in Black Panther is the love of a king and his nation. That's what I want from this movie.
I love the king and the
yeah.
nation.
Yeah, because
And Winter Soldier.
it's because the story is going to start off with he is the new king.
Yeah.
And he's king by death.
Yep.
Because his father died in spoiler alert, he died in Civil War.
Whoa!
Jeez, Addison's only been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and everyone in the world has seen it.
Yeah,
So-
all $1 billion of it nearly.
So I want the story to be about T'Challa,
Taking
earning
on the role.
take on the role of not just Black Panther but as king. And I want the conflict to be the people believing in him. So yeah, I do want the only love story to be the love
Yeah.
of a king and his nation. I
And
don't need a side story of a
Well, the side story is going to be, holy crap, I'm like hiding a criminal here.
Yeah.
And
they're gonna
turn
put-
me
Oh no,
to
it's not a holy crap. It's like
he's in the
I dare the
basement.
world to come after me.
No, they're just gonna put him in the basement. He's gonna be the post credit scene.
But anyway,
Someone's gonna leave the oven
so
on.
keep an eye out for that because Black Panther is being written and directed by Ryan Coogler, who wrote and directed Creed. In Coogler We Trust. It will hit theaters February 16th, 2018.
I thought it was July. Really, it's February.
February 16th.
I'm surprised they
2018.
haven't decided to move it up because this is what everyone's talking about.
Oh no, give it time. I think they will move it up because Doctor Strange comes out in November, and I've only thinking about Black Panther.
I think Guardians is 2017.
Yeah,
right?
they probably will move it up too. Okay, so there is the Juggernaut that's hiding in December. That if they aren't going to move it, like because of Star Wars.
I would hope
Like-
they would move it, but yeah, you're right. There's no way.
There's no way because of Star Wars. Like they won't want to compete with Disney against Disney, and there's potential in February that Star Wars could still be raking.
Oh yeah, you're true.
I mean, if it's good, if it's a good movie, as exciting as it is, it could be raking the cash still in February.
Oh yeah, definitely, because it's bringing in all the older fans who didn't like the new one, but really want to just see the nostalgia.
I don't know
of-
anybody that didn't like the new one.
I do.
Wow.
Really?
The minority.
I will not say who it is, but you know who you are.
Dang, calling you out, all 6 of you. Wow.
All right. Well, we'll move on to the last bit of movie news, and we won't spend much time on it because this is actual garbage. On Instagram, I noticed that Transformers 5 has released the first teaser promo, not even a promo, like an image. It looks like Optimus Prime's face, and it just has a little bit of music in the background, like almost breathing, like the. Anyway,
Like another character who has an iconic voice.
yeah. So Transformers 5, the title of this new movie will be The Last Night. It is not the last movie. It is not Revenge of the Fallen. It's not Age of Extinction.
It's the last night before they do Beast Wars. I'm telling you.
Please don't.
They're
no.
going to burst off into space and form their own new planet.
We will have Mark Wahlberg will return to reprise his role as the father who lets his underage daughter date anybody. This is just crap. It'll be produced by Michael Bay. It comes out June 23rd, 2017. I really don't care. Let's move on to TV news.
Wait,
Yes.
I gotta say my piece. I haven't watched a Transformers movie, and since the third one.
Yeah, the third one was the last one I saw too.
Me too.
I don't
It-
remember.
it
I watched
sickens me to
Cinema
say
Sins.
because of my history background and my love of swords. It has
Crossing swords, the tip of swords.
It has my interest because it says the last night and it has a giant broadsword in the center. It has my attention to at least read another article about
it. And then
it.
a ball of metal will roll across it, and you'll soon forget anything about it.
Congratulations,
that's true.
Michael Bay. You got the idiots. You
I
got
didn't say
'em.
I'll see it. I
The-
just said I
the
would.
casual movie fan is going to provide a review.
I just want to read one more article about it.
Just one more article.
Just one more article.
Between now and
You
2017.
got that from me, Michael Bay. You got one more article read.
Between now and 2017, this guy will read one more article.
And if
One
that
more.
article does not give me anything that I want to know, you're done again.
All right.
Dunzo.
Tunzo. All right, let's move on to TV news. All right, folks. So in TV news, like we just mentioned, Supergirl.
Yep.
It will no longer be on CBS. I know that's gonna ruin your week, your Mondays, Travis, because I know you're really into
Hey,
Supergirl.
Anthony, can
Yeah.
you answer this, please? Because I called it. I called
Oh!
this. I said it from the very beginning that after season 1,
Turn off his mic.
they're going to cancel the show and move it to CW. I called
Thank
it,
you.
especially after the episode with the
He doesn't
crossover
have
with the
headphones. He didn't know
Flash.
we turned him off.
Because the first episode had high ratings, whatever, and then it dropped. And then when the Flash crossed over, it had high reviews again, or high ratings again. And guess what? After Flash left, it went down. And the production of each episode is way more than they're getting back.
What is it?
So-
3 million is
Yeah,
there.
it was $3 million an episode.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's
to
a
be
lot of
spending.
money for a superhero show. A
Especially
show in
on-
not
general.
paying off.
And
That's
it's on CBS as well, like which is not known for their superhero shows.
No.
it's known for CSI,
It's about to be known for Star
CSI
Trek.
Dayton, where there's just murder all the time.
It's about to be Star Trek too. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Oh, that was anyway. We'll get to that point later.
But yeah.
So it is going to CW. There was a rumor for a while that if CW didn't pick up Supergirl, they were just going to drop it. We found out from the higher ups at CBS that is not correct. They would eventually take back Supergirl.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna make a Supergirl Constantine crossover.
But they
All
would.
right, no.
They would.
All
First
the
of all,
shows-
first of all, did anyone at this table watch Constantine?
No.
Yes.
You did?
I watched it with you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You watched pieces of it. You watched the whole thing?
Oh, I was in another country. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I watched it by myself. If you were there, you were the one person we needed.
But no,
You're why it got canceled.
You show. Oh yeah, one viewer away.
It was better than
Anyways.
Arrow was this season.
No,
I'll say
what,
that.
What I'm saying is that CW keeps picking up things that they want to write into their universe or create around their universe. So why not bring Constantine into
Yeah.
stuff? And
CW is what Marvel is. Marvel Universe.
yeah,
They could take in Batman v Superman, put it into their like CW verse, and it would make sense.
Krypton would work better on CW.
Krypton won't work anywhere.
Not at all. But if
It'll work
it's-
better on
Krypton
CW.
is doomed to fail.
It'll work better on
but the thing
CW.
But the thing is, if CBS does get the rights back, or if they do renew Supergirl, they're going to cut the budget dramatically.
So
Like
look what they've done. They
Look
could.
at Flash.
I know, but Flash has a whole season of like, okay, this is actually worth the money, and it's getting the views to actually
I
push
think
the money.
I think the better way to do it, like I said in the previous episode about this, was that the better way to do it is just to have her in the shows at first.
Yeah,
So like
I agree.
incorporate
Like they're
her-
doing.
Yeah, incorporate her into Arrow and into Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, maybe. Like that way, fans like get attached to her because like right now, I feel like nobody's watching CBS's version, not because maybe it's a bad show, just because A, it's not on CW, and B, it's people just aren't really connected to the character.
To me, it looks like it has that Snapchat filter that makes everything look all fluffy.
No, it does.
That's
But-
what the Supergirl reminds me of.
With the touch, because they'll be moving from. It's filming in Los Angeles right now, which is expensive. It's going to Vancouver, which
that
will
should drop
I mean,
some of the
yeah.
cost.
They could actually cut some of the actors too, actors and
Yeah.
actresses. By so here's the theory I have.
James Olsen, goodbye.
No, so here's the theory I
He's dead
have.
in the movie.
In the Crisis with Zoom, the worlds are getting torn apart again. So somehow Supergirl gets thrown into our universe. She could even take on the persona of Power Girl. I'd be okay with that.
That's what I called.
Yeah. Anyway, so it would be cool if so she's stuck here. So her storyline is she's stuck on our Earth. Her Earth has been destroyed, or
Yep.
she can't make it home. So we could even give it like the crappy idea that okay, she's working to figure out how to get back,
But she never does.
and she won't. So
So she's the
she's starting over. There's no Superman. No one knows who she is. The friends that she's made don't know her yet, or don't know who she is anymore. There is no. Unfortunately, we'll lose like Martian Manhunter and Red Tornado. All right, we'll lose Martian Manhunter, but there's a good story that could be there if they do it correctly, but I do not want them to bring Superman over, because if they bring Superman into the CW universe, then there is no more threat, because Zoom right now is a terrifying villain, because the only person who can stop him is Barry Allen, or if Reverse Flash comes back from the future.
Please don't.
Wouldn't that be cool,
No,
though?
it wouldn't.
That'd be really
It
cool.
wouldn't.
Forget you. You don't know anything about Flash.
I do. I know enough that would be a bad idea.
But if Superman was there, there's no threat anymore.
Even with Supergirl, it might be not much of a threat either.
Flash and Zoom are both faster than Supergirl.
Well, yeah. All Supergirl needs to do is put out her arm, like, and clothesline and break his neck. And break his neck.
Okay. Anyway, I just saw. Okay, I'm gonna point to. I saw a funny comment online that someone was like, "Who's faster, Supergirl or Flash?" And they're like, "Well, she can fly," and they're like, "So can a butterfly. It's not gonna outrun a Ferrari."
but for Supergirl, I'm actually kind of excited. I hope she does. This deal does work out, because her chemistry with Grant Gustin, I can't remember that.
I want them together.
It's so irritatingly charming that I'm like, I want this.
It's gonna be a black girl, white guy relationship.
Did it?
Oh,
But, could you,
if you guys donate money, you could see the Token Nerd pregame show where we talk about all sorts of racist and racist, and we're gonna cut this part out.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think would be really because one of the things I really want from Supergirl coming into CW is I want a Trinity show with the Berlanti universe Trinity, which is Flash, Green Arrow, Supergirl.
Also,
And
you
I-
just canceled Legends of Tomorrow, didn't
Yes, I did.
you?
They could ride their ship into some other time stream and just
Disappear.
anyway. So I would like a team show with those three, because I feel like with their quirkiness and then Green Arrow and his broodiness, I think it would work out.
What if they brought Robin in?
No,
they could
did.
bring Nightwing,
Yeah,
but
Nightwing,
we won't
that'd be
get into
good.
that.
Well, that's where all this Red Arrows and Speed.
But no, so there's a lot that can go on, and we could sit an entire podcast talking about what could or should happen. But let's talk about some other shows across the pond at Marvel. We'll make this really brief. Agent Carter, which had an amazing first season, which followed Agent Peggy Carter, who we met in Captain America: The First Avenger, and they had an entire series about what she did afterwards and almost how she's founding S.H.I.E.L.D. And it was a beautiful first season.
Yep.
And then we came to but it also led up to Civil War or
Yes.
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yes.
So if you watched that show, there were little bits and pieces that were really cool. Then they made their second season, which was just god awful.
Yep.
Very
And they've just
lackluster.
decided that, hey, we're not going to pursue this anymore.
Well, she's dead now, so.
Spoilers, man.
But now there's a rumor going around that they're going to try to do like a time travel thing and bring
Put her on Daredevil.
bring her into the real, like bring her in the modern time, which, oh god, a love triangle between Peggy Carter, Captain America, and
And her
Sharon Carter.
niece.
Like they're like, I want Captain America. No, I want Captain America.
We can have them at the same time.
Oh,
Bow, bow,
dude.
bow.
They're family. They're family.
Mm,
It's Aunt Peggy, man.
mm.
Which,
Anyway.
which Peggy is short for Margaret. You know what that's from?
Martha.
Batman and Robin.
Oh God. Anyway, but another series that in the current time was Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which then went on to have their two best characters, which were Mockingbird. Yeah, bless you.
Wow.
That's
Wow. We just
disgusting.
got a sneeze on the camera.
It was Bobby, who plays Mockingbird, and then there's Hunter, two best characters on the show. Lovable, likable, whatever you want to say. You could follow the characters, you think they're funny, you care about them, and they took them off the show to make a spin-off series called Marvel's Most Unwanted.
Most wanted.
Oh, Most Wanted. I wrote in Most Unwanted. But yeah, this show made it to pilot, and they just said no.
Because it was unwanted.
Yeah, Unwanted. I will never see the pilot at this point, but apparently it wasn't good enough to hold up. And we should have seen this coming. No one Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now is okay,
Yeah.
but there's no way you want two of them. Agent Carter could have been good if they stuck in New York with old Captain America villains.
Yeah.
But they decided not to. Or the Howling Commandos, that'd been really cool. They didn't have an episode that followed them.
in season 1. I think what got people irritated was the whole like, we get it. She's in the 50s, or 40s or whatever. No, 50s, and everyone's sexist. It's that. hey baby doll kind of era. So
But that was season
got-
one, and
it-
season two, it showed that she kind of got above that, but then it just got weird, got more
Yeah.
sci-fi than spy. So
Sci-spy.
Sci-spy.
So we're gonna move on to the last bit of TV news, and this is kind of in the anime universe. For those of you who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, you know that they created a new season, a new series
Series.
called Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, which continues on after Dragon Ball Z and erases GT. Thank God.
As you should.
Well, we just got finished with the saga with the Battle of the Universes. So Beerus, the God of Destruction, and Champa, his brother, who's a God of Destruction, just had a tournament. Goku and his friends survived. They won. And now the next enemy is going to be Goku Black.
Okay.
That's just what the name is. But everyone's favorite Z Warrior, Future Trunks, is going to come back for this season
Future Trunks.
or saga.
Every time I try to Google Goku Black or Black Goku, it just came up fan art of a black guy in Goku's clothes.
You should.
That's all. That's
that
all it
should be your
was.
Well,
that should
one-
be your cosplay.
Well, one image of Trunks has come out where they changed his traditional purple hair to blue.
And his sword's bigger.
So I don't know if that's
Ooh.
gonna be a big deal for some people, but for me, I kind of liked his purple hair.
Well, it's a big deal for this guy because he likes swords.
I do.
Yeah,
I have a collection.
sharp tipped swords.
Dang.
Anyway, but yeah, so we'll be looking forward to seeing Future Trunks returning on June 12th to Dragon Ball Z Super.
Dragon
Ball
Ball
Super.
Super.
I was raised with Dragon Ball Z. Give me a break.
You have a script, so
You know what? You just take up space. That's what you do. You take up space. Anyway,
is that the next topic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
taking up space.
all right.
On
So
Token Nerd.
So we're gonna move on to the next segment, and that is comic news. We're gonna keep this one brief, and that is the fact that we found out that Black Panther, like we mentioned, he's taking the world by storm. So his latest comic series has hit as the #1 selling comic of April.
Yeah, it was a good book too.
Yeah.
I read that one. Have you read number 2 yet?
I've not
Not
read
yet.
#2 yet.
I went to go buy it, but
it's
it was
also
sold
really
out.
good. It's
It was
also
sold
really
out.
good. Yeah, I mean, it probably flew off the shelf. I mean, it
Yeah.
was a pretty popular book.
We
Um,
even got the exclusive. I said token nerd.
Token Nerd.
Marvel Collector Core cover, which is of the pop figure version of Captain America and Black Panther.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty
the
groovy.
first both books have been pretty strong in my opinion. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's sold.
excited to see where it goes.
It's
Yeah.
sold over what's this? 200 and let's see.
212 copies.
No, almost more than 200,000 copies.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I mean, especially right now where like physical sales on comics are going down, but people really got into Black Panther after this
Yeah.
movie.
I think it's
Well,
gonna be,
but that was before the movie though, because
Oh, before the movie, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 'cause
I
that-
think
But
it's
I
gonna
think
be
it's the-
like it's gonna be like
people were excited
anticipation.
because of, yeah.
I think one of the things you have to also look at is it's Stephen Amell said this about TV shows. Is like it doesn't matter how many viewers are on the pilot; it's how many viewers there were on the second episode.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just I think it in Black Panther's favor, it's working out because people bought the first issue and people bought the second issue. So right now it's strong enough that it brought people back. I wanted to get the second one, but my comic book store ran out. I had to order it again. So
Man.
yeah, the struggle is real.
the
First
struggle
problems.
is real. He needs to
Um,
like pre-order this thing.
So if if it can still hold these not
Yeah.
the same numbers, but still a strong number to issue 5,
Yeah.
that means we have like something really special.
I think it's interesting. I mean, like we've talked about before, the Punisher title is strong.
Mhm.
This title was strong. I think the Miles title's strong, the new one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe Marvel after the Secret Wars Battle War thing.
Oh god.
Maybe that really did reset, and they're really trying to. Do
Well, they
better.
just brought on so the art or the not the artist, but the writer is Tanashi Coates.
Yeah.
He's like a genius.
Yeah.
He
It's-
has all these different awards. He writes for different
he's
publishers.
he's a civil rights journalist. This is his very first comic.
Mhm.
So he has like
Other
otherworldly
credentials.
knowledge.
He has other credentials.
Yeah.
that-
But like maybe I mean the DC rebirth's about to happen.
with
We'll judge once we get there. I mean, we don't really know anything about it yet. There is some artwork that's been revealed, but nothing too exciting yet. But I mean, 3 titles. There's enough. There's 3 titles on Marvel's shelf now that I'm like, hey, I want to check those out. And there hasn't been titles from Marvel for a while that I'm like, man, I want to check those out.
Yeah.
Other than the Star Wars titles, which have
And
been
for
pretty
me, is
strong.
other than Miles.
Yeah.
But since you had mentioned DC's Rebirth, did you know that DC has actually changed their logo again?
So it's not DC anymore. Is it
It's
Marvel?
DC, but it's gone to a more vintage look.
Oh.
It's now, instead of the one where it's like the D and it's peeling back to show the C, which we've all kind of gotten used to.
Oh, I thought it was the dumbest thing ever.
It's
It was the dumbest logo I've ever seen.
But now
Sorry.
we've moved to the classic, almost varsity letter looking DC.
Yeah.
Simple blue. It's in my mind, it's boring.
Yeah.
It's I think it's going along with the idea that because when they first started the whole rebirth thing, it was like, oh, we're going back to what made DC Comics good,
But
all the old stuff. So I think that's the whole idea of the
but I
old.
I liked a lot of the new 52 titles. I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of got ridiculous there. Like most of them about around 20-ish, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them started getting a little kind of out there, and I think they lost some readers. So maybe that's why they're part of the reason why they're resetting. But to me, I liked a lot of those early New 52 titles
Well,
specifically.
it's interesting because the whole idea of New 52 was just bringing the universe to one.
Yeah.
And then they introduced Earth 2. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, Earth 2 is fine. Then Earth 3, and then Convergence happened, and then it kind of just fell back
Yeah.
into whatever.
Convergence even killed.
I really like the Swamp Thing title. I like that one a lot.
I heard a lot of people like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that one. I want to say I'm probably I read like 40 of them probably. So
Mhm.
I mean, I was kind of way up in there.
But yeah, so let us know what you think, because I'm not all for it. I think this is kind of pointless, along with the whole reboot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have an opinion on their logo. Like, I'd look at it for a second when I'm flipping through the
Yeah.
comic.
But speaking of DC, we'll move on to video game news. And did you guys hear about Return to Arkham?
Yes, I have.
It is not a new Arkham game. It is just the remastered collection
Yeah,
of
they're doing them in HD, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So I looked on here and I didn't see Arkham Origins, which
Trying
was
to-
one of my favorites.
Trying to print the money, huh?
Yeah. So nothing new, just better graphics. And it's the remastered collection set. But Return to Arkham's bound to come out for the PS4 and the Xbox One, so keep your eyes out for that. And I bet the Wii U will probably get it.
I think
I don't
one of the reasons why Origins wasn't on the list is because
It wasn't made by Rocksteady.
Yeah, it was a different.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
a different
that's it.
Yeah.
producing company.
Yeah, who knows with the Wii U? It's kind of on the way out, so everything's kind of getting pushed and moved and waiting on the NX, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Waiting on the NX, so we'll see what happens with that. I mean, even the Zelda that was supposed to be on Wii U is getting pushed out from what I hear, so we will see.
And then another bit of video game news. So me and Addison were big fans of it. So Dragon Ball Z came out with a with not RPG, but
RPG like game.
yeah, where you get to build your own character. It
Hybrid.
followed with Future
Yeah.
Trunks, but it was called Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. Well,
Ugh.
they officially announced that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is coming out, and it will follow with the villains. Not villains, but there will be movie villains included in the Dara, Zarbon. So there are things to look forward to in the next Dragon Ball Z game. So we have to look out for that in 2016.
Hopefully, what they do with it, because one of the issues I actually did have with the first game was that after you get to a certain part of the game, it becomes way reliant on online.
Yeah.
And at that point, I couldn't even play into even though I don't like it, the GT part of the game. So I wanted to complete the game, but you had to have like online.
all the downloadable content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I hopefully they learned from that mistake. I'm like, it's not everyone has online.
Yeah. When did the first one come out?
The first one came out in 2014.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so no, never mind. I was gonna say it might have been at that time where like online was like, oh, we're gonna make it like the big thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I
And-
bought it for the PS4 just to start over again, and people are online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like it was a perfect game made for the fans. I mean, it gave us exactly what we wanted. So of course it sold a bunch, made a ton of money. I mean, to me, it was one of my favorite games of all time.
Because they did with like
Savage.
it's better than Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. Tenkaichi Ultimate Tenkaichi. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. They say it was better than that, and that game was dog.
Crap.
Yeah, it was crap. It was awful. I hated that game.
Budokai?
Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Oh. Well,
There's a lot of Japanese talk going on here.
yeah. Well, actually, that is all I have for
Yeah.
video game news. And toy news, anyone?
And what?
Toy news?
Oh, toy news. As far as toy news, the only thing I've really seen this week is that Matty Collector actually announced a teaser shot, I guess you want to call it. They showed a picture with some logos on it of what they're going to have at, drum roll, San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh,
What's that?
This is the first news I have seen for San Diego Comic-Con. I haven't seen anything else yet.
Other than all these studios dropping out.
No, I mean like toy
Toy news.
news. Sorry.
Oh.
I haven't seen anything yet, but what they announced was basically they have stuff from Princess of Powers, Ghostbusters,
She-Ra, I thought.
DC. Yeah, She-Ra, Princess of Powers.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ha.
So,
Anthony.
they had a whole bunch of logos on that thing. We'll have to look at it again, but there wasn't any news. It's just these are properties they're going to have figures from. Ooh, one of them was Thundercats, so it'll be interesting to see what they do exclusive wise for the Thundercats, because there was a figure that was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con last year that is actually not included in the subscription for the Thundercats figures that they're doing. So maybe the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive is the figure that was revealed that is not a part of the subscription.
Is there going to be a Thundercats collector's box?
No, you mean like the thing to put the figures in?
Subscription box.
No.
Oh.
You're saying like
I mean, everything's getting a collector's box, so I just assume
Oh,
Thundercats.
no.
A
too.
subscription box.
no. What these are is basically you kind of like pre-order the figure, and then it comes monthly or quarterly, however you want to get it shipped to you. I thought you meant like, are they going to come out with like a thing to store your figures in? Like
Oh.
those
No,
little,
no.
collector boxes. That would be pretty cool though. Like if they had a Thundercat one, that'd
Yeah.
be pretty sweet. But yeah, that's the only thing I've seen this week as far as toy news is concerned. I did see this. This is kind of news. I actually saw them in store this week when I went to look at some pop figures for you. The Alien, or not Alien, but the Independence Day, whatever the new movie's called.
Resurgence?
The pop figures are now in store.
Oh, really?
Yes, I saw them at FYE this week.
I didn't know they're out yet.
And the Alien is actually really sweet looking.
Really?
Yeah, you should probably check that one out. It's actually kind of cool looking. So if you're a pop figure collector, that's some good news. Yeah. So last bit of toy news, I guess we could go ahead and do this piece, is token giveaway. Here we go.
It's back.
We're going for token giveaway number 2. And this time it is X-Men universe themed.
Yeah.
In celebration of X-Men Age of Apocalypse, we will be giving away a Wolverine Dorb from Funko and a PX, right? Yeah, PX exclusive Deadpool unmasked pop figure. Yeah. We'll be giving these away. Make sure to keep an eye on the Instagram. We'll be putting it up probably, if the video goes up on Thursday, we'll assume. We'll be putting it up today. And it'll run through the 27th. Isn't that the next Saturday?
Yep.
Yeah, 27th. 28th
Oh, we were both wrong.
of May. We'll run this through the 28th of May. And all you got to do is repost the image with the hashtag.
Let's see. What
hashtag do we want to do for this? Hashtag
token X.
Token. No. No.
Token XXX.
No. Let's just do token Wolverine. That's a long one. That's kinda long.
Token giveaway?
Token
pool. Token
pool.
Token pool. Hashtag token pool.
There we go. So if you repost the image that we're going to put on Instagram.
Kids, that's how ideas are born.
Our Instagram, in case you don't know, is @token_nerd. And you'll see the image that we post, and you'll just want to repost that with a cool little comment. Follow us on Instagram, and with the hashtag token pool. So,
and we'll be running that on,
Yeah.
like you said, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
yeah, so make sure to check it out, because somebody's going to take this awesome prize home, and ask our very satisfied customers that receive the Token Wars giveaway. It's yeah.
Sorry, I noticed the poster started getting ready to fall.
Oh,
That's where
okay.
my attention went to. I went,
Oh, okay.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here it goes. It lasted the
So,
entire time.
We tend to give away good stuff, so hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully you guys help spread the word about Token Nerd.
And not only that, but we will soon be giving away Token Nerd shirts that we have exclusives. They will be going out. Yep, just like that
like
one.
this one.
It was a Token Nerd. The podcast awakens. Addison's. Oh, that's right. He didn't wear his today.
Yep.
We also have a Token Nerd Batman 66 shirt that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Those of you who listen to this
You
podcast,
probably can't
you have
see
no
what
idea what
we're
we're
doing.
talking about.
Yeah.
But we will be giving a separate giveaway for those. We will give you instructions in the next podcast.
Yep.
But the only way to get these is to comment in the YouTube section below.
Yeah. So look for the details on that to be coming soon.
Soon.
But I guess this kind of wraps up this week's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
There was a lot of news.
yeah. A lot of giveaways.
lot to digest.
Yeah.
But so thanks for joining us. As always, I'm Anthony.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Addison.
Stay spicy, my friends.